some Raisinets, but I ain't have none. The motherfucking Raisinets. Big dog, where you at? Talk to me.
Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check.
I'm here. You around your computer? You at home? You good to go?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Let's lock in. We're gonna get ready to get into it, man. It's official. Y'all go ahead and hit the support. The chat is officially going off. Let's get through the intro and let's get right into it. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let's go.
I'm on the block with the snakes and the rats and the cops, so I gotta hide it. All on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Put on the ladder and came at Staggy. All of these VVs, now they blind. I know my persona, really enticing. Right on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like it's lightning. Back to that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I know the feds, they wanna indict it. Gun in my leg, I come invited. Run on with drip, them boys are biting. She love with me, got her excited. She like the nigga, no stones on my eyes. And I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I'm on the block with the snakes and the rats and the cops, so I gotta hide it. All on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Put on the ladder and came back striking. All these VVs, now they blind. No more song, really enticing. Bought on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like I'm lightning. Best of that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for that money like Midas. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. They be the finest. They be the finest. They be the finest. They be the finest.
Make sure y'all go shop with BAP Clothing. That's Big Aboriginal Power Clothing, breaking all patterns. That is bapclothing.store. All righty. Root Words, what you got to say real quick before we start this debate, man?
Nothing, just wanted to share it on my live. Salute, man. You know I'm supporting, man. Shit, hope
No,
inspire,
don't share it on
Okay.
your live, please.
Never
Don't
mind,
share
man.
it on
Okay.
your live, please.
Gotcha.
So you can review it right afterwards, though. Right after you can show that motherfucker all day, but not while live. Please. Appreciate it. Share it though. You can share it though. Like
Got you,
go
brother.
down.
Man, got you, bro.
You know what
I'm sharing.
Like, just don't go loud though.
Salute to both people, man. Hope, man, both of y'all do good, man. Come on, Super. Don't let us down, man. Good topic.
Yeah, man. All right. Appreciate it. Shout out to Root Words. Giving y'all some
Man,
good.
you gonna try on my shoes for a week. You already let me down.
Shout out to the Root Words, giving y'all some good, strong words of encouragement. Shout out to everybody that's listening in. I know y'all locked in and ready to go. I do want to bring the chat back, family. I know y'all do. I know y'all do too. But go ahead and get the support up so we can bring this chat back. And we are officially here, family. Big Dog Philly OG. What do you have to say? What do y'all have to say? I'm going to let y'all do y'all introductions and we're going to get straight into the rounds. Let's go.
Grand rising, everybody. Power to the motherfucking people. You know, today we here to show why black people should not be participating in politics in 2028. You know, basically, I'm gonna open up with, you know, am I going first?
Yeah. You. It don't matter. Whoever want to go first. I usually flip a coin, but
yeah, I just do start my introduction. Yeah, and with this debate, I'm gonna show how we shouldn't be participating in politics. You know, because of past experiences and what's happening in the present. So I got a bunch of topics that we're going to tap in on, showing why we shouldn't be participating. You know what I mean? So power to the motherfucking people. I'm ready. Let's go.
You got it. I think Superman, you want to give your introduction to the family?
Well, what I am going to show the people today that this government is a nigga government. It always has been a nigga government. We have always participate in politics and government since the beginning and before anyone showed up. We had our own political process, our own political system, and it was always power to the motherfucking people. Let's rock.
Oh man, so sound like these brothers are locked in and ready to go. I know y'all agreed upon 10-minute rounds with a 2-minute rebuttal. So let's officially get into that right now. So let's get my coin out. Hold on, let me get my coin out. And what y'all call it? Heads or tails? You call it, don't matter.
Tails.
I call
Tails.
head.
It's heads it is. It's heads.
Got you. I'll let Super start.
Big
Super.
mistake.
I'll give you 30 minutes.
Wanted to start.
Or you got a 10-minute round with a 2-minute introduction. So y'all gonna start off with a 12-minute round, and y'all also get y'all 2-minute rebuttal. So it'll be a total of 12 all the way down the board. And let's get ready to get it in. Shout out to everybody in the building. I'll give you a chance to get ready to share your screen. And we're gonna lock in. Whenever you start, whenever you start talking, the timer starts. All right. So shout out to everybody in the building. Let's go.
Give me a second, bro.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbine just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
All right. Let's go.
I was trying to set my clock, so I don't know. Because I want you to just let me flow through it, and then you know how you stop and say 5 minutes. That'll break my.
I ain't gonna stop you then. I'll just let you go. I'll let you know when you get down to 60 seconds then.
Cool.
All right, I'll just let you cook. All right. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Hit that like button, family. Share the live stream. Hit that like button and share the live stream. All right.
Hold on.
If y'all want the chat to come back, make sure y'all support the channel. That is money $ Aboriginal Power. If you want to support the channel, you're not obligated, but we do appreciate it. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in to this fire debate. All right. All right, you locked on the screen. And whenever you're ready to go, it's your time to cook, brother.
Let's go.
All right.
I have big chili, dog.
It's over for this man. Should niggas participate in the political process, i.e., in government in America? Hell yeah. Supposed to participate. We always participate. What is the purpose of a government? To protect natural rights, life, liberty, property, and to provide security from chaos while promoting the public good through consent-based rules, meaning you have to consent. Since government exists by the consent of the people, we the people, in order to protect the rights of the people and promote the public good, governments that fail to do so can be resisted and replaced with new government. It's all in the Constitution. Emphasized, limited government, prevent tyranny, foster individual freedoms and voluntary participation. Constitutional Republic. It's our form of government. Constitutional Republic is a form of government in which elected representatives governs on the behalf of the people with authority contained by a written constitution, which we have. This serves as a supreme law. This system emphasizes the rule of law, where officials are chosen through democratic processes And the Constitution outlines the structure, power, limitations of government institutions to prevent arbitrary rule. Government is limited by the power of the people. Unlike direct democracies where citizens vote on policies directly, a constitutional republic relies on indirect representation to balance majority and protection of the individual rights. Our preamble, we the people of the United States of America. We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves. We give it to ourselves by participation, organization, and prosperity to ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America, nigga country. We have three branches, the three branches of the U.S. government. Our legislation, Article 1, establishes Congress and enumerates its power. Executive, Article 2, defines the presidency, electoral process, and executive power. The third branch is the judicial branch. And Article 3 established the Supreme Court and authorized Congress to create inferior courts, state courts. Excuse me. What is the legislation? Our legislate responsible for creating, debating, and passing laws, declare wars, regulate commerce, control taxation and spending, and oversees impeachment process. This branch represents the will of the people through elected officials. It's the will of the people. Congress is composed of the Senate, which has 100 members, two per state, and the House of Representatives. We have 435 members appointed by population, meaning of the people. The leader, Senate lead, is led by the Vice President as President of the Senate and the President pro tempore. House led by the Speaker of the House. Executive branch, it enforces and administrates federal law, conducts foreign policy, commands the armed forces, negotiate treaties, appoint federal judges and officials with Senate confirmation, and issue executive orders. This branch focuses on implementation and national leadership. Our president, chief executive, and head of state, vice president, excuse me, Vice President assists the President and presides over the Senate, a cabinet advisory body, and department head, Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense. Our judicial branch interprets the law and the Constitution, resolves dispute, reviews the constitutionality of actions by other branches, judicial review, and ensure justice through federal courts. This branch upholds the rule of law and protects individual rights, the rights of the people. Supreme Court, highest court with 9 justices, Chief Justice, and 8 Associate Justice. Lower federal courts includes courts of appeal and district courts. Leadership, Chief Justice presides over the Supreme Court. Where did this form of government come from? This is a map of the 5 of the Iroquois Confederation, where it started up around Canada and New York. Who created the great law of peace? I'm going to say this one time. I'm trying. The Haudenosaunee, also known as the Iroquois Confederation. Iroquois Five Nations, or the Iroquois League, later became six. It consisted of the Mohawk, the Onondaga, Oneida, Cayuga, Seneca, Tuscarora. How the Great Law of Peace helped shape our American Constitution. Long before Europeans came, before all these showed up, long before Europeans came to North America and a thriving democratic system was established in the heart of what would become New York State. The Iroquois Confederation, known to the French colonists as the Iroquois Corp. I can't pronounce that word. I'm not gonna jack it up. League. They were known. The French known them as the Iroquois League, and the English colonists as the League of Five Nations. Later became six. Was already well established, united in a confederation of nations governed by the Great Law of Peace. We had to be at peace because we like to fight. So we had to come up with rules to get along. Came up with the Great Law of Peace. Several of the U.S. founding fathers, such as Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, had direct interactions with the Iroquois and were exposed to their political and social system. Where did they get it from? I got him, y'all. Correlation between the U.S. Constitution and the Great Law of Peace. The U.S. Constitution was made in 1788, and the Great Law of Peace, circa 1142. The oral constitution of the Iroquois, can't say that word, inhabited structural and conceptual parallels in governance through the extent of direct influence remains a subject of scholarly debate. That's why we're here today. And I'm going to show Big Chili Dog. This is our shit. Both frameworks emphasize federalism, balance central authority with constituent sovereignty, meaning we're a sovereign nation. We don't answer to anyone. Mechanisms for leadership accountability, such as impeachment. They fuck up, they get impeached. And legislative process involving consensus or representation. Symbolic elements like the eagle and the bundle of arrows, which is on our seal, also aligns. Historic interaction included Benjamin Franklin references to Iroquois unity and a 1987 U.S. Senate resolution acknowledging influence supports claims of inspiration. We inspired. More correlations between U.S. Constitution and the Great Law of Peace. Structural parallels in federalism and governance. Both systems features a federal union of sovereign entities, bicameral-like council, Grand Council versus Congress. Same thing, different name. Restrictions on multiple office held and defined war powers, indicating potential modeling. Historical interactions and formal admiration. Yeah, them Europeans admired these niggas over here. Benjamin Franklin cited the Iroquois in his 1756 Albany plan and invited their representation, yeah, he had to Congress in 1776. George Washington also expressed admiration, suggesting direct exposure, official recognition. The U.S. Senate Resolution 76, 1987 explicitly states that the Constitution drew democratic principles from the Iroquois Confederation, affirming indigenous contributions. Symbolic overlaps, sharing motifs such as the eagle as protector and the
40
arrow.
seconds. 40 seconds.
Unity. Appreciate it. reflects in the U.S. Great Seal implies this is our shit. And I'll rest my case.
Shout out to motherfucking Superman came in and rocked the house. Y'all hit that like button, man. Superman came in and rocked the house. Shout out to everybody that's listening in. If y'all want to open up the chat back, all y'all got to do is support the channel. Let's get some support. And we're going to get ready to get into Big Dog Philly OG's first round, man. Fire round from Superman. Fire round. Superman, Big Dog, I'll give you a chance. Oh, shit, he dropped off. He dropped off. Give him a second to come back, family. I don't know what's going on with Big Dog. Maybe he fell off some sort. He fell off. Let's see if we can get him right back. All right, we got Big Dog in the building. Go ahead, let me know when you get ready to get your screen share up.
Yeah, I hit the wrong button. I hit that. I was trying to share my screen, but I hit the exit button by mistake. I'm about to share my screen now.
It's all good. Whenever you start talking, your time will start. You got
Gotcha.
a 412, you got a 10-minute round and a 2-minute rebuttal.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to everybody. Power to the motherfucking people. Let me ask back. Okay, share entire screen. Bam. Share.
They listening in. They're not able to chat right now. The chat is cut off till they support.
I got you.
Man,
I ain't worried about the chat, man.
They in there listening though. They listening.
Yeah,
they listening.
power to the people. You know, I'm gonna start my presentation with basically saying, you know, how Superman just regurgitated, basically,
I'm starting your time now. Time now. Go ahead.
Yeah, how Superman basically just regurgitated information that was passed down. What I'm gonna show right now is I'm gonna start right here. 5 reasons people in the U.S. don't vote. You know, he basically showed the history, the 3 judicial branches of government, and basically, you know, that's all good information, but it's corrupt, and it's tainted, and it's not for the people. And that's why I'm gonna show right here why the people haven't been participating in voting over the last, say, 50 years. 5 reasons people in the U.S. don't vote. One of them, the first one is, many Americans want to vote but can't. Because basically, you know, the way this judicial system is set up is that if you get caught doing a crime, basically
hold on, Big Dog. I'm stopping your time. Are you screen sharing something else?
I might be screen sharing my whole screen. Let me stop it again.
You're not, but you should do your entire screen so you can just go from tab to tab, you know, showing your information so you ain't got to stop and pause. So unshare and then show your entire screen.
All right, bam. Unshare. Come back over here. Add screen. Share screen.
You share entire screen.
Share entire screen.
And then you're good to go.
All right. So it ain't. Okay. Once there it go. Bam.
Whatever you click on, we'll see.
All right. Let's go. Where I was at.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, you good. I was at the 5 reasons why people in America don't vote. I was at 1. And I was talking about, you know, the judicial system. He brought up the 3 branches of government. And basically what I'm saying is them 3 branches of government is totally corrupt. They ain't for the people. And they definitely ain't for black people / African Americans / Aboriginals / niggas. We may have set this up, but they have basically taken it over and used it against us. So this is the reasons why I say we shouldn't be participating in voting in 2028, the next election. Like I said, many Americans want to vote but can't because of the way the judicial system is set up. You know what I mean? It's basically what I do. Oh shit, let me go back. Uh it's basically set up. I was trying to every time I do that, do that. Basically trying to show why we haven't been participating. One, because like I said, the judicial system is set up where once you get one case, you're a felon and you can't vote. The second reason is age, gender, education, social economic status, and race can impact whether a person votes. Research showed that non-voters are more likely to be low income, young, Hispanic, or Asians. Several barriers trend to get in the way for people living in poverty, and the U.S. Census found 47% of eligible citizens with household incomes less than 20,000 didn't vote. Why do you think that they didn't vote? Because they basically gave up in the system. The system wasn't trying to help him. He brought up the meaning of government and what was the purpose of government, and it had did nothing for black people, nothing for the Aboriginal people, nothing for niggas. Uh, uh, he brought up, what government was supposed to do. He's the one that always saying y'all asking for a handout, but basically the government has a purpose and what it's supposed to be doing for the people. It's supposed to be a mediator or something like that, but we see that ain't true. So basically, Superman wants us to stay under the control of this corporation, which we know don't care about a certain group of people. They put migrants and immigrants ahead of the Aboriginal Americans. They have reclassified us from slave to Indian to colored to black to niggers to African Americans. They basically gave us the right to vote, but took away our nationality, our ethnicity. You see what I'm saying? And it's the same corporation that's lying and misinforming the people about who the fuck they are. And like I said, giving these migrants and these immigrants our taxpayers money. They're giving money to Israel by the billions. You know what I mean? So they talked about low income. Most low income people don't want to vote because they don't see the system helping them or the corporation helping them. So, you know, that's just the way it is. It's some of the barriers that's put in place in poverty conditions where it makes it harder for them to vote. You know, they have a little saying that, basically, if your life don't matter to them, why do you think your vote do? And this corporation have shown time after time that it don't really give a shit about black people, African Americans. So it's insanity. So let's go to the third reason why we shouldn't be participating. Elections are on Tuesday, which is really not a good reason, but it's people getting off of work and basically having to go, basically have to go vote. You know what I mean? It talks about Sunday is a more common voting day around the world, except in the U.S. Election days are held on Tuesday in the country, and it is not a federal holiday, presenting a dilemma for many workers who do not get paid time off to go to the polling places and wait in line, while early voting and mail-in voting gives citizens more flexibility. Like I said, we have found out that this voting system is tainted. You know, the voting machines come from over Germany. You know, it's always in some kind of election they're talking about voting fraud. You know what I mean? The system is totally corrupt. The fourth reason, voters do not feel
5
candidates.
minutes. 5 minutes.
Thank you, sir. The fourth reason, voters do not feel candidates present their views So they might opt out. And that's what's been happening with a lot of our people. The representatives that they have representing us, they're not representing us. They're using our vote to get in power and basically representing the migrants, the immigrants, and everybody else. A good example is that is the Black Caucus. Another example of that is the AACP. You know, those organizations that has been around for, I would say, 100 years that haven't did nothing for black people. So, number 4, like it says, voters do not feel candidates represent their views. And we got a history of that. We got a history of that in America. Let me get to the 5th real quick. Then I'm going to go to the history of uh, these representatives basically not representing us, taking our vote, using it, and then ignoring us. The 5th reason, citizens are less likely to vote because they do not think their ballot matters. So basically, like I said, these are the 5 reasons why people are not voting. It says, I'm going to read it again. Citizens are less likely to vote if they do not think their ballot matters. And that's what's been happening in the history of America. We have had promises after promises after promises after promises. We get them in office, and basically, they ignore us. They don't give us no tangibles or nothing for our vote, and that's been going on for 100 years. Now let me go back over to which one? Bam, right here. 10 broken promises from the past presidents. Like I said, that's why most of our people are not participating, because of broken promises from the president. And it's way more than 10. I just brought up 10 recent ones. You know what I mean? We're gonna go through, let me read this. Trump touted his fulfilled purposes during a Pennsylvania rally on Saturday night, and the media responded by pointing out his still unkept promises. Yeah. So basically, like I said, we have a history of these presidents lying to us, promising us tangibles, power, and then breaking them promises right after they get in. So let's go back to those broken promises. Where did I stop at? Repealing Obamacare, negotiating NAFTA, building the wall, etc. But the most important reminder that many U.S. presidents have a long history of making darling promises to win elections, but never follow through. And that's all I'm talking about. We vote them in, we give them our power, and they turn the other cheek on us, just like the church. They don't give a fuck about us. They go with other agendas. The other agendas that they go with, let me go over here real quick. Bam, that ain't the one. This one right here, another agenda that they've been going with. They've been aiding Israel for the last since 1948. Right here, I have a chart. Basically, let me read this real quick. The United States was the first country to recognize.
1 minute. 1 minute.
I'll say this for later. Then let me go back to them 10 broken promises. I'll say that for next round. Like I said, we got these broken promises from the president. Woodrow Wilson broke a promise that he'll keep us from war. Lyndon B. Johnson promised us in 1964 about sending American boys 10,000 miles away to do what Asian boys should be doing, and talking about the Vietnam War. Richard Nixon. This is an important one right here. In 1968, Richard Nixon claimed to have a secret plan to end the war on drugs and also on Vietnam. Gerald Ford was the president that elected and made promises to keep or break. He got passed. Jimmy Carter, basically Ronald Reagan. Let's see who we're out. Promised to make constitutional amendments during school prayer and for his campaign, and though he proposed the amendment in 1982, it never went anywhere. George Bush promised in 1988, read my lips, no new taxes, only to sign a bill raising taxes.
That's time.
Got you.
That's
I'll say the
time.
rest for the next round.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fire round from them two brothers, man. Y'all give it up to them two brothers, man. They really putting on. Shout out to them two good brothers, man. They really did that one, man. They doing their thing, man. This is a fire debate on both halves. Y'all gonna let me know what y'all think at the end of the video.
Keys on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track. For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
And like I said, I told the family we will bring the chat back once we get the adequate amount of support. But we only had 3 people support since we turned off the chat. That's a total of 7 people to support, which is roughly around 4% of the live viewers in chat. So we can get up to about 30% of the chat to support. Then maybe we'll bring it back. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. But otherwise, this is a fire debate. Shout out to Superman. Shout out to Big Dog Philly OG. Second round on Superman. You ready to go?
For sure.
Whenever you're ready to screen share and start talking, your time will start.
Let me see what I got. Next up. I don't want to ask him no questions because I ain't going to get no answers. It's going to be like this.
I'm starting your time now.
Correlation. I mean, let's go. I stopped that right here. This is our shit. Breakdown of government representation in the U.S., in the United States. In the United States, the federal constitutional republic government authority is distributed across multiple levels with representatives elected or appointed to fulfill executive, legislative, and judicial functions. This structure ensures a balance of power and representation of citizens' interest. At the state level, representatives manage affairs specific to their jurisdiction, such as education, which we should participate in, transportation, participate in, and law enforcement, definitely we should be participating in. While adhering to the U.S. Constitution and federal law, states operate under their own constitution, which mirrors the federal model with 3 branches. Same structure at the federal level and at the state level. Who is a citizen? I might not go through all of these, but ones that apply. The following shall be nationals and citizens. So those people that want to just be nationals and think they can separate. Anyway, that's a different debate. Nationals and citizens of the United States at birth. A person born in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof. A person born in the United States to a member of an Indian, Eskimo, I don't know what that is, or other Aboriginal tribes, provided that the granting of citizenship under this section shall not in any manner impair or otherwise affect the rights of such persons to tribal or other property. So if you're a tribe, you're still under the United States. A person born outside of the United States and its outlying possessions of parents, both of whom are citizens of the United States and one of whom has a residence in the United States, or of its outlying possessions prior to the birth of such person. Also, a person born outside of the United States and its outlying possessions of parents one of whom is a citizen of the United States who has been physically present in the United States or one of its outlying possessions for a continuous period for 1 year prior to the birth of such person, and the other of whom is a national but not a citizen of the United States, still under the Constitution, have constitutional rights. A person born in an outlying possession of the United States of parents, one of whom is a citizen of the United States who has been physically present in the United States, or one of its outlying possessions for a continuous period of 1 year at any time prior to the birth of such person. If a person unknown parent is found in the United States while under the age of 5, orphan, until shown prior to his attending the age of 21 not to have been born in the United States. H. A person born before noon Eastern Standard Time, May 24, 1934. Shout out to those outside the limits and jurisdiction of the United States of any alien father and mother who is a citizen of the United States prior to the birth of such person had resided in the United States. Let's make sure a citizen, if you get in any of those groups. The 14th Amendment passed by Congress June 13th, ratified 1866. That's after the supposed Civil War. Ratified July 9, 1868. Section 1. All persons born naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of states wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any laws which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any persons of life, liberty, or property without due process of the law, or deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the law. So, representatives shall be appointed among several states according to their respective members, counting the whole number of persons in each state, including Indians not taxed. But when the rights to vote at any election for the choice of electors for president and vice president of the United States, representatives in Congress, the executive and judicial officers of a state, or the members of the legislature, therefore is denied to any of males inhabitant of such state. I think that's outdated. I got the old version of the Constitution. Section 3. No person shall be senator or representative in Congress or elector, president or vice president, or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state who, having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature or as an executive judicial officer of any state to support the Constitution of the United States shall have engaged in any insurrection or rebellion against the same. So if y'all trying to rebel, look out. Or giving aid or comfort to the enemies of thereof. But Congress may, by a vote of 2/3 of each house, remove such disability. The fourth, the validity of public debt of the United States authorized by law includes debt included for payment of pension and bounties for service in suppression, insurrection, or rebellion shall not be questioned. You go up against the government, you ain't getting nothing. But neither the United States nor the state shall assume or pay any debts or obligation incurred in aid of insurrection or rebellion against the United States, or any claims for loss or emancipation of any slaves. I'm putting all y'all back in slavery. But all such debt, obligations, and claims shall be held illegal and void. So put away your bullshit claims. Niggas citizenry. We have always been citizens. The amendment can most responsibly be read as defining a citizenship which a citizen keeps unless he voluntarily relinquishes it. So if y'all want to give up y'all citizenship, do it. It's cool. Once acquired, this Fourth Amendment citizenship was not to be shifted, canceled, or diluted at will of the federal government, the state, or any other government unit. It is true that the chief interest of the people in giving permanence and security to citizenship in the 14th Amendment was desired to protect Negroes, niggas, Negro, black. The undeniable purpose of the 14th Amendment to make citizenship of Negroes permanent and secure would be frustrated by holding that the government can rob a citizen of his citizenship without his consent by simply proceeding and act under an implied general power to regulate foreign affairs or some other power generally granted. Not true. Let's blow this up. This is, I want to highlight something in this to show that citizenship comes with responsibility. According to joint resolution, I won't read all of this. I'll just get back to the points that I really wanted to. They set up a day, celebrate being a citizen in the United States, but it comes with responsibilities as well as opportunities that the civil and educational, they wanted all institutions in America to promote being a citizen and the things that come along with it. That the civil and education
minute and 20 seconds.
cool. That the civil and educational authorities of states, countries, cities, and towns be, and they are hereby urged to make plans for the proper observation of this day and for the full instruction of the future citizens in their responsibilities and opportunities as citizens of the United States and of the state and location in which they reside. As a citizen, you have a responsibility to participate, to mold, influence the laws, policies that govern your life. So comes opportunity. When we run our state the way it's supposed to be, with decency and order, like niggas do, this is our shit. We set it up, and it comes with responsibility as well as opportunities. There's no handouts. Nobody's going to give you anything. And I'll rest on that.
All right, that's time. Get it right on the marker, man. Good timing. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. We're gonna get right into this next second round. Fire round two, by the way. Superman Fire definitely putting on, man. Definitely a scholastic debate, man. Sticking to the grain. Both these brothers come with the heat. Second round on my brother, Big Dog Philly OG. You ready to go? Your screen is up and ready. So whenever you're ready to start speaking, it's ready to go.
Yeah, I'm ready. Power to the motherfucking people. We see.
Hey, you ain't got no box in here, do you?
Nah. What kind of box? Nah, nope. Yeah, my bad, everybody. Somebody asked me a question. As we see, Super wants to keep us under this corporation, through nigger citizenry and you know, being a law-abiding citizen. But what I'm gonna show, like, and I have been showing, is why and how we ain't been participating. We don't believe in this corporation. They've been lying to us over too much over the last 100. I just go back 100 years, and I ended off talking about the broken promises uh, that the corporation have gave us. The different presidents. So I'm gonna go over to here and open up. Nah, I ain't gonna do that one yet. I'm gonna come over here and talk about uh, facts about black voters. Let me make sure I'm sharing my screen. Yeah, where's that? Key facts about voters. Key facts about black eligible voters in 2024. The number of black eligible voters in 2024 is a project that reached 34 million people in November of 2024. After several years of modest growing, the black eligible voters stand out for turnout rates that are higher than amongst Latinos and Asians. Black voters could play an important role in the outcome of key elections in 2024, including the U.S. presidency. In Georgia, a closely watched swing state, black Americans accounted for a third of eligible voters. So basically, like this chart shows that we're still participating and we're getting fucked for participating. Like I said, basically we've been reclassified, you know, uh, even though right now ICE is targeting the migrants and the immigrants, but it's a point that the same thing happening to us that they did to the immigrants. The same thing happened to us, black people in here in America, during the 60s and the 70s and the 30s and the 40s. The same thing. We were participating in voting, but yet they gave other nationalities of people power. So basically this is talking about, in 2020, 92% of single black race and non-Hispanic voters casted their vote for Democratic Joe Biden, while only 8% of the Republicans, Donald Trump, according to Pew Research Center. Ahead of 2024 elections, here are 5 key facts about black voters in the U.S. based on their own projection of 2024, as well as the Census Bureau data. Eligible years. Eligible voters in this analytics are defined as citizens age 18 to 24, 18 and older, residing in the 50 states and the District of Columbia. Not all eligible voters are actually registered to vote, detailing demographics. Black Americans are projected to account for 14% of eligible voters in 2020 in November. Basically, they're lying about that 14%. We've been 14%, for the last 50 years. The percentage of eligible voters of black has risen slowly, over the last 2 decades. Like I've been saying, we haven't been participating, but you still got the indoctrinated people that still want to believe in this government and corporation, even when they're giving our money to the foreigners. Even though they're giving our money our taxpayers' money to the immigrants. You got these Democrats and Republicans that's still talking about they vote count. Let's go to 2. As of 2022, about half of the black eligible voters. And basically, like I said, it's on a steady incline. It's slowly been rising, and that's because, the old people, the older generation still believes in this corporation, still believes in government, still believes that a president can change the situation. That's mainly the reason why, the voters is up, because you got the indoctrinated old people. As of 2022, about half of black eligible voters live in one of 8 states. Texas has a
6
large number.
minutes.
Yes,
6
sir.
minutes, big brother. 6 minutes.
Yes, sir. Got you. Thank you. Texas has a large number of, and ain't that where Super from? A large number of voters, because they're still indoctrinated. They still believe in it. It says Texas has a large number with 2.9 million, followed by Georgia, where I'm at, in Florida, 2.6 million each. I've been pushing for the last 12 years or longer, non-vote, non-participation. If we stop participating and showing up at the polls, that would really tell them that would give them a message that we don't believe in their democratic system anymore. We don't believe in their republic system anymore. We don't believe in their government. That's why they said they're slowly increasing. But when they say it's slowly increasing, I believe that's a lie too. Because they play with the numbers to try to act like we're participating. Now, let me get back to this. California, 2 million, North Carolina, 1.8 million, Maryland, and Illinois, 1.4 million each. Together, these states account for 50% of black eligible voters in the District of Columbia. And here's some charts. Voters made up nearly 45% of eligible voters in the District of Columbia in 2022, a higher share than any other state. Basically, like I said, it's slowly on the rise. And let's see what this one talks about. 5 eligible voters differ from, let me slow down. Black eligible voters differ from overall population of eligible voters by age, education, and other factors. Right? Another 1 in 4 black eligible voters have a bachelor's degree. Basically saying that, the ones with the degrees are still pushing this voting shit. We can expect that. Lower than the share amount of all U.S. adults eligible to vote, 33%. 34% of black eligible voters have a college education or associate's degree. And basically, that's why Super is still pushing this voting shit, because they're still indoctrinated to the system. But basically, like I said, most people are still not voting. Let me go over to my next presentation real quick. And this is Super is okay with this. How U.S. aids Israel. So basically, the reason I'm bringing this up because of the politicians that they elect into basically into the corporation. They've been aiding Israel since 1948. So Super is okay with the corporation giving Israel this money. Let me start this. The United States was the first country to recognize the provisional government of the state of Israel. And the reason I'm bringing this up because no matter what party that we have, Republican, Democrat, they're supporting Israel. They ain't supporting a nigga like Super says. They're supporting Israel, these migrants and these immigrants. Let me get back to the story. The United States was the first country. Let me slow down. The United States was the first country to recognize the provisional government of the state of Israel upon its being found in 1948. And for many decades, it has been a strong and steady supporter of the Jewish state. Israel has received hundreds of billions of dollars in the U.S. foreign aid in the post-World War II era. The levels of support that reflects many factors, including the U.S. commitment to Israel. They ain't talking about how the U.S. is committed to niggas and helping niggas. They're committed to helping Israel. So let's get back to the story. Foreign policy and a violation and strategy important part of the world, Israel is also leading buyer of U.S. weapons. The second country does not have mutual defense pacts, as the United States has with its allies such as Japan, following members of North Atlantic treaties, NATO. However, Israel
1 minute.
got you. Israel is amongst the short list, and basically, I'm just going to show you the money. This is the money that they giving to these foreign countries. That's our taxpayers' money. They gave Israel over 300 billion. They gave Egypt 150 billion. Afghanistan almost over 150 billion. South Vietnam almost 150 billion. Iraq a little over 100 billion. UK, Ukraine, South Korea, United Kingdom, India. They all got at least close to 100 billion. So Super is okay with these politicians giving our money to these foreign countries instead of giving it back to the nigger, like he read, the nigger's citizenry. The niggas ain't they're taking our taxpayers' money and giving it to these fucking foreigners, and Super is okay with that because he believes in this government. And like I said, I'm showing reasons why we shouldn't be participating because they're giving our money to these fucking foreigners as aid. And like I said, Israel is at the lead at over 300 billion, and I land there.
Man, right on time, big dog, man. You clicked it right on time, man. Fire round, man. Give it up for these brothers, man, right here, man. Really putting on for the debate, man. This is the fire debate. Big Dog Philly OG versus Superman. Why should Black Americans participate in politics, man? This is one of those ones y'all gonna let us know at the end of this third round. Should we be doing it or should we not, man? The family gonna let us know how they feel. We have not reached the adequate amount of support, but I'm gonna go ahead and open up the chat anyways. It's all good. It's all good, family. We're gonna go ahead and open up the chat anyways. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let's get into the third and final round, man. Drop those threes in the chat and let's get right into it.
I'm on the block with the snakes and the rats and the cops, so I gotta hide it. All on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Put on the ladder and came at staggy. All of these VVs, now they blind. I know my persona, really enticing. Bet on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like it's lightning. Back to that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I know the feds, they wanna indict it. Gun in my leg, I come invited. Run over drip, them boys are biting. She love with me, got her excited. She like that nigga, no stones on my eyes. And I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I'm on the block with the snakes and the rats and the cops, so I gotta hide it. Roll on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Put on the ladder and came back striking. All these VVs, now they blind. Blow up a song, really enticing. Bought on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like I'm lightning. Back to that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for that money like Midas. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. They be the finest. They be the finest. They be the finest.
Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all go shop with Big Aboriginal Power Clothing. That is babclothing.store. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. If y'all are here with us, man, drop a fire emoji. What's the good old deal with the good old peoples, man? Y'all already see that we're back up in here. Shout out to everybody up in the building. Let's get right into it. We get into the third and final round. Y'all show these brothers some support for even coming up here, putting this together, and really coming and sticking with the information and not having ad hominems. It is fire. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all drop them fire emojis in the chat. Show some love to these brothers. Even though y'all ain't support, y'all bogus as hell. I should have kept the channel blocked, but we are in here in the building. Superman, let's get ready to get into your third and final round, brother. Whenever you're ready to start speaking, I promise your time will start. Shout out to Superman. Whenever you're ready, Super. Super, you good? You cool? You probably talking on mute, but yeah, you gotta go back and get it together, brother. You was in our cooking, and we didn't smell it yet. Yeah, you let us know. Yeah,
All right. Am I sharing my screen?
yeah, you good to go. Screen ready, good to go. We just couldn't
All
hear you.
right. Oh, let's go. Did I pick the one? Can you see that?
Whenever you ready to start speaking, you ready to go.
All right, man. Philly can't win by shooting baskets in my hoop. He's pointing out all the factors that are the results of niggas not participating, giving away our money. No niggas is up there telling them to do that. But let's go. Niggas in government. Niggas been in government and participating for a long time. Let's look at Moses. I mean, that remind me of Ty Sam. Walter Moses Burden, 1874 to 1888, member of Texas Senate from the 17th District. What did Moses do? His occupation was a farmer. He was born in North Carolina, died in Richmond, Texas. My sister lived in Richmond, Texas. Another nigga, this nigga looks like whatchamacallit, what's that nigga name? Epic Studies. This nigga hip cold. Another nigga that participated, Caesar Anthony. Carpenter Anthony. Lieutenant Governor of Louisiana. May 22nd, 1873 to April 24, 1877. What did he do? He was in the Army. Captain, 7th Louisiana Colored Infantry Regiment. Boy, cold. Wasn't taking no man. Another nigga that participated, David Abner Sr., was an American politician who served in Texas House of Representatives. Picture ain't come out pretty clear, but y'all see that's a nigga. Oh, we got some niggas that participated. Look at our sister up there. She look like she can cook some chicken. Ethel. All them Ethels, they can cook. She was the Secretary of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania under the governor. She was a member of the Philadelphia City Council. She was a council lady, local government. She was a participant. What did she? She was a Republican. West Virginia State College. Most of these guys were Republican. He was a Republican. He was a Republican. That was known as the Nigger Party. He was a Republican. Let's get back to Ethel. What was Ethel's what did she do? Let's move to Mary Cordelia Montgomery. Bro, she was a nigga. Let's see her. She was participating. Bowes. Mary Cordelia Montgomery Bowes. She was born Mary Cordelia Bowes, 1878. Mississippi, alma mater, Straight University, occupation. She was a businesswoman, politician, organizer, teacher, just a regular person participating. Oh man, I've been doing it a long time. This was before the war, huh? Nigga that participated. Anna B. Simmons Banks, born 1872, died 1923. What you talking? Westchester, Kentucky, U.S. She was a Republican. Nigga towns. Princeville, North Carolina has been an anomaly since the town boundaries has existed on the map. Officially incorporated in 1885, but existed since the early days of emancipation. It is an oldest black town in America. I don't know. This dude research. But Princeville has persisted through centuries of annexation and buyout attempts, through consistent flooding and rebuilding, all amidst a backdrop of neglect and ambivalence from the state and federal actors. Yet, Princeville still stands. Most of the town residents are descendants of free people who settled there long ago, including mayor and commissioner. Co-raciality, a phenomenon in which elected officials share the same racial background as their constituents, is already uncommon, makes this place that exists against all odds all more exceptional. This is only becoming rarer and rarer as black autonomous towns like Princeville rapidly disappear. Why? Because niggas ain't participating. I investigate this phenomenon in my senior honor thesis, the result in which suggested representation could matter more than we think. Black autonomous towns could make a marked difference in how civilians interact with local civic life. Oh, they interacting with civil life. This is more of his thesis. My case study of Princeville and a comparison segregated town suggests that Princevillians may be more engaged and knowledgeable about local politics. That means you got to learn some shit to participate, as well as more trusting of their elected officials because they know about them. As one resident put it, it makes a difference that the politicians are people who looks like me, who went through the same things as me. Participants voted more often and found their politicians to be more approachable. In Princeville, it's not uncommon to run into mayors or at the grocery store or to have grown up with one of the town's commissioners. Princeville shares a deep pride in their collective history, and this means something to residents. Every conversation I had with residents was marked by a rich family history going back generations. These niggas been participating for a long time. Active niggas today. Alicia Johnson sworn in as the first black in around Philly's area. You want to point out Texas? Look what's going on in Georgia. Alicia Johnson sworn in as the first black woman to serve in Georgia's Public Service Commission. Alicia posted in her social media, today victory belongs to every volunteer who knocked on doors, participation, every supporter who made a call, participation, sent a donation, they participated, made a post, man, they participating online, passed out flyers, they participating in person, sent a text out to every friend who shared our message and every voter who believed that accountable leadership, making their leaders accountable and affordable energy are worth fighting for. These people fighting for what they want from the grassroots. energy of local organizers. Niggas gotta get organized like lead local and the Working Family Party. They started for Georgia to the steadfast support of the Georgia conservation voters. The Democrat Party of Georgia and our extended DNC family. This win reflects the power of the people coming together for change. Niggas come together. They can change some shit, eh? I am proudly grateful for the partnership, prayers, and persistence that carry us across the finish line. To our program partners and community allies, they building allies who keep us grounded in purpose. Gotta hold them accountable. Thank you for championing my belief that public policy is personal. Personal. It's personal. It affects your whole life. This victory isn't just mine, it's ours. It's for the single mothers choosing between groceries and power bills, and the seniors trying to keep the lights on, and the young voters who show up believing that their voice matters. And it does. Now, the real work begins. Now you got to go to work when you got your people in place. I'm going to Public Service Commission to ensure that every Georgian, even you, Philly, has a voice at the table. Go voice your opinion, my brother. The lowest cost modernization of our grid and make energy policy that works for the people, not just the powerful.
Silencio, estúpido.
I rest my case.
You have a minute and 30 seconds left.
Big dog Philly, you was not a worthy opponent. You died. I smashed you with my sledgehammer. Next time, well, it won't be no next time. You're retiring after this. This is total embarrassment. But you got it. I'll let you flop around for the next 10 minutes. Then I'm going to bury you.
All right, we're going to get ready to get into Big Dog Philly OG round, man. I'm going to concur that round on Super. Fire round by Superman coming out with that heat. Everybody show Superman some love by dropping some fire emojis in the chat. Big Dog Philly OG, man, you coming in ready to lock and load. Third and final round. Let's make it count.
Let's show power to the motherfucking people, man. Let's do it. And show why we shouldn't be participating in local fucking politics. Basically, Super basically showed that shit was funny. He couldn't show no people in recent government. He had to go back to the 1700s and show people that was in politics. He couldn't show one person that's in government today. And it's crazy, before I start sharing, I'm gonna talk about we're gonna talk about life and history, right? The pandemic, right? Super wants us to basically keep supporting the corporation that pulled the pandemic on the people. It couldn't do it itself. So it had to use the employers to push this COVID-19 shit. And people like Super is okay with that. You know what I mean? Super is okay with the corporation allowing big pharma to poison us through the medications, through different things. You know what I mean? Especially the medication. Congress have gave big pharma immunity over vaccines, and that's one reason why I go so hard at this corporation. I'm gonna show a quick little video. I'm gonna start off with a quick little video, man. Is that I ain't gonna. I'm gonna start off right here, real quick. Let me share my screen. Make sure I'm sharing my screen. I'm sharing it. Okay, bam. Over here, right? I always talk about the right to self-govern, right? That we need to get from out of underneath this corporation and self-govern. The right to self-determination or human rights. Self-governed is an expression of self-determination and indigenous autonomy. Self-governed is related to the concept of autonomy. It is the ability for an individual, a state, or a country to govern itself. Self-governing states are free from oversight by higher governments, including influences, in other words, the political authority of a state that comes from its citizens. We have the right to self-govern. We have the right, if this corporation is harming us or doing things to us, we have the right to self-govern. So, power to the motherfucking people. One day we'll stop giving these foreigners power over us, through Congress. What the hell I do? Through different, organizations. When I bring this up, they basically, you want to be separate. Yes, I want to be separate. We got a corporation. He showed the statement what government's supposed to do. And they ain't doing none of the above, man. It's allowing big corporations to poison the water, to poison the air, all for a profit, to poison food. I bring up an example. If you was to go into a meat market and all the meat was was tainted, or was, it was basically all the meat was, non-consumable. Would you still shop at that store? That's basically what the government giving us. It's giving us tainted or bad meat and want us to eat from it. Rotten meat. Basically, it want us to eat rotten meat and accept it. It want us to eat GMO fruits and vegetables. I'm into the farming lane, right? I'm into the farming lane. Matter of fact, let me do this real quick. Let me do this real quick. I got to go into my emails real quick. Let me stop the screen share. Real quick. Give me 30 seconds. I'm still going to talk to y'all. I want to bring up this email of what I'm about, right? This is what I'm about. Damn, player. Bat, pause my time for 30 seconds, please.
I got you. I got you. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Drop some fire emojis for Big Dog Philly OG coming with it, man. Support the hosts that do the most, man. We are in here in the building with another fire debate. Shout out to these two good brothers for participating, man. They did come with the heat. You know what I mean? They put on. You feel me?
Yeah, give me about 30 more seconds, Bab. I still got noise in my background.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Belioso in the building. Tama in the building. Root Words in the building. King Eagle Feathers. Real Recognized Real. Chief 18-Wheeler. Smoke Signal.
Shout out to everybody. Back, brother. I'm going to share my screen. I want people to know what OG is about. This is what OG is about, right? And it don't have nothing to do with this debate, but this is what OG is about, right? Grow legacies through farming, future roots, future fruits, nature, nurture, abundance, at abundantly farming mothers and families, growing legacies, uniting and becoming self-sufficient. Super don't want us to be self-sufficient. He don't want us to grow our own foods and vegetables. He wants us to keep relying on a corporation that's poisoning us. This is what I'm about, the motherfucking people. At Abundantly Farming Mothers and Family, we nurture the next generation of builders through nature, farming, and community, sowing seeds of abundance and together to join our movement and grow foods, family, and future together. We build legacies around this motherfucker. The last generation join our movement to grow families and futures together. We build legacies around this motherfucker that last generations. I got music in my background, so I'm gonna have to pause my time. I apologize, man. I ain't at home right now. I'm doing it on the street with my computer. So basically, that's what I'm about right there. Growing legacy.
We can't even hear it in the background. So if you can talk through it, you good.
Okay, good. I'm good. Cool. Thank you. This is what I'm about right here. Like I said, power to the motherfucking people. Growing legacies, unifying through farming, family roots, future fruits, nurture, abundancy. This is what I'm about. So I just wanted to show y'all what OG is about. I ain't about, I'm about building and helping the next generation better themselves. But Super want us to stay under this fucking corporation that's poisoning us, that won't allow us to grow our own fruits and vegetables. Like I said, I'm a pause right there. I just wanted y'all to show y'all what OG is about. This is what I'm about. I'm a part of a farm group that
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Perfect, brother. Thank you. That this is what OG is about. Growing the community, helping the next generation through, teaching them how to farm, teaching them how to do business. You know what I mean? Let me go back to this. Like I said, man, I just had to show that, man. I just had to show that to y'all, man. Damn. Give me 1 second. I'm a little excited, man. Power to the motherfucking people, man. And this voting. Nah, this ain't the one I wanted to bring up. This the one. Now let me play this video real quick. Real quick. Damn. Let me know if you can hear the video. Let me pause that sound. Skip. Here we go. Basically, right here, I'm gonna give y'all the history of the Black Republicans. Super brought up the Republican. Oh shit, it ain't sharing. Stop screen share. Share. I apologize for that, man. I apologize. I got it.
Share your entire screen, man. Make sure you click that little button at the bottom that says add sound.
All right.
Let's see if we can hear it.
Pause my time, please, Bat.
You pause 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
All right, I'm gonna start this over. Go ahead, you got it. I sure should be screen sharing that. Oh, there. Shit. We should be sharing now. You can start my time.
These two coalitions remained active into the 1960s, prompting some Southern Democrats to switch over to the Republican Party. This dynamic led to a more progressive Democratic establishment.
Super is okay with white people ruling over us.
And matters such as race and social welfare.
He okay with that. I'm not okay.
Election, President Harry
I'm
Truman
not
made
okay
an
with
explicit
Congress
appeal
running
for new
everything
civil
the way
rights
he wants
measures
to do.
before
I
Congress,
talked
including
about
voting rights protections, a federal ban on lynching, and
basically,
bolstering
I
civil
talked
rights
about
laws. Because of this, he faced a break from Southern Democrats who formed a states' right Democratic Party under Southern Governor Strom Thurmond. Strom Thurmond's ticket won almost 1 million votes and 39 electoral votes taken in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and South Carolina. Nonetheless, Harry Truman was successful in winning the election with 77% of the black vote, and the number of African Americans identifying as Democrats would progressively increase. This surge of black solidarity for the Democratic Party led to an electoral advantage for the party and the implementation of racially progressive policies. This shift caused white segregationists to consider a third-party presidential bid, indicating they were searching for a new political home. This exhibited some of the first major weakenings of the Solid South. And in the 1952 and 1956 election, Dwight Eisenhower's GOP began to make further inroads into the South. Southern Democrats were instrumental in the segregationist movement opposing Black civil rights during this period. Virginia Governor Harry Byrd established the Massive Resistance Campaign to combat school desegregation, and 99 Southern Democrats endorsed the Declaration of Constitutional Principles that was the Southern Manifesto, an objection to desegregation initiative. Strom Thurmond ran an individual filibuster of the 1957 Civil Rights Act, which lasted over 24 hours.
Wants to keep us under this kind of rule.
Figures such as George
Like
Wallace
I said,
of
they
Alabama
act like
and
they
Ross
don't
Barnett
remember
were
history.
both Southern
This is
governors.
history.
During the 1960 election, Richard Nixon and John F. Kennedy had similar perspectives on civil rights. Nixon garnered almost a third of the African American vote, but it's important to realize that majority of African Americans resided in the South, where they could not exercise their right to vote.
One minute.
Frustrated electors from 14 states
I'm gonna close out with
cast their ballots for John F. Kennedy during the presidential election declined to cast their vote for him, instead voting for Harry Byrd, who wasn't even a candidate. This election marked the last time a presidential candidate was able to receive more than 15% of the African American vote. In 1968, the presidential election saw another major shift into the South as the region continued to abandon the Democratic
we
Party.
have been participating,
Texas,
but we haven't been getting nothing out of
Hubert
it.
Humphrey voted for him.
That's
in
the
this
only
election.
reason I'm
George
showing
Wallace,
this shit.
running on a campaign of
We've been
only white
supporting like
supremacy
Super
for
said,
the American
but
Independent
we
Party
ain't
was
getting
successful
nothing
in
out
gaining
of it.
10
No
million votes
tangibles, no
and
benefits.
46
We're still
electoral
being
votes
called
in
African
5 southern
Americans
states:
and telling
Arkansas,
us to go
Louisiana,
back to
Mississippi,
Africa,
Alabama,
man.
and Georgia.
We want
After
to continue
1968,
voting
the
for
South
people
would
like
continue to
Ronald
support
Reagan.
Republican candidates, voting for Richard Nixon in 1972, Ronald Reagan in 1980 and 1984, and Bush in 1988. Meanwhile, African Americans were all.
That's time, family. That's time. We're going to get ready to get into y'all 12-minute answering and question round. Shout out to you two brothers in the building, man. We do appreciate y'all for coming through and banging this one out. We're going to get into y'all question and answering round. Shout out to everybody that is in the building. Hit that like button, thumb up the video. Support the channel. Let's get into the answering and question round.
He's on the track.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow up just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Drop those fire emojis in the building. The poll is also in the chat. The poll is only going to be up for the next 12 minutes, family. So if you want to cast your vote on this particular debate, the poll is in the chat, and the 12-minute answering the question round will begin whenever these brothers start asking their questions. Big Dog Philly, Superman, Big Dog Philly.
I'm here, Mike check.
I asked the question first.
You can.
I mean, y'all just go back and forth, ask questions, whatever. I mean.
Philly, are you saying that there's no benefit at all to participating in the government?
It's a monetarily benefit if you're basically working for them. You know, yeah, you can get paid, but the majority of Americans aren't getting paid from it. So I'm gonna say it is a benefit, but not to all Americans. It's a benefit if you work for them. You get a monetarily paycheck. You get retirement.
Working for them, participating in the process, making laws, setting policy.
Basically, when you cast your vote, you give them the power. Congress controls the power. You know, Are we in control of Congress? No. So
Or
my
you
answer,
think that voting is the only way to participate in government?
no, sir. It's not the only way. You know, you got representatives out there that's supposed to be representing the people, but they're representing uh, big corporations and not the people.
Do you know there's a policy or a process to get people out of office that's not doing or acting in your interest?
You know, to be honest, Super, I think you think about you stuck in the 1970s where that might have been a solution, but we in 2026, which I don't think participation is the solution because this corporation has agendas that's set up. They have agendas set up 2030, 2045, where they going to do what they want to do without our participation. They got agendas set up, so no.
So if they're gonna do it without our participation, why do people need to? Why are they asking people to come down to vote? They can just do what they want to do. Why do
That's
they put up the
they
whole thing about voting?
100 years. They give you a sense of purpose for voting, but you get nothing tangible. Like I showed Israel, I showed the chart where all these other foreign countries are getting tangibles and we ain't getting shit for our vote.
Oh, if you
Ukraine,
had a representative in there that was bucking for your interest, you think they would have sent your money over there?
like I said, I think you got the solutions for 1970. We in 2026. We've been having these same representatives that y'all vote in that keep giving our money to other corporations and not giving anything back to the people. But you don't expect the government to give anything back to us. So
No.
you're
So, sir, well,
you
let me
done
ask
said
you
it.
this.
You done
Let me
said it
ask
too
you
many
this.
times.
Okay.
Basically, the people don't. The government don't owe the people shit. So you don't expect the
Okay.
government
Let
to
me
get
ask you this. Give me the result that you were looking for. If niggas stop participating in government altogether, what is the outcome that you think is gonna be from that?
the outcome is one day instead of participating in their government, we can create our own, like them Somalians that come over here from Africa, and basically, use our benefits to benefit them, getting
They didn't
billions.
form their own government. They sent a representative to Congress.
Okay, well, they forming their own government over here. They have their own embassy.
How?
They're protected by this government.
Please
I mean,
explain to me how the Somalis had their own government when they had a representative that they sent to
and
Congress.
basically that representative is doing for Somalians and not Americans. So they got
Bingo.
foreigners coming
So if
over,
niggas participate, we can
which
send a
is
representative to
the
Congress
Black
too.
Caucus. You have the Black Caucus that's representing
Do you
you,
think that we
the
could get
voter, and
uh,
the Black Caucus is doing nothing for you, and you still vote
the
them in.
Somalis didn't have a black caucus? They just put their representative in there. So if you don't want to be with,
Talking about who's
you don't want
representing
people to
America.
organize.
The Black Caucus is
Go
representing
ahead, bro.
America, Americans,
I know
Black
these
Americans,
questions
niggas.
hurt. I know they hard because you didn't answer none of them. When I asked you about participation, you went to voting and talking about Israel.
That's one form of
Now I'm asking
participation.
you
You
about
know,
another
like
government
I
that
said,
the Somalis started,
everybody
which they
that's
did.
in the government, they
They
take
just
oaths
participated
to
in
the
this
government.
government.
So basically, you want people to take oaths and get in the government, even though the government isn't representing them. You
Yeah,
want them to
because they
become
got to
oath
take
takers,
the oath to protect the United States against foreign and
even though the
domestic
United
enemies.
States ain't protecting the people. It's allowing poison water, poison air, poison food, poison medication. So you're okay with them doing a
Well,
pandemic,
let me
or
ask you this, Philly.
now I'm asking you a question right
Okay,
now.
what's your
So you're
question again?
okay? You're okay with the government allowing big pharma to poison us? You're okay? I'm a last part of the question. So
Uh-huh.
you're okay with the government allowing big pharma to experiment on us?
Man, you filibustering. No, and the government doesn't allow that. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, they do. They gave
Let
big
me ask you
pharma
a question,
immunity
brother.
over
Brother,
vaccine,
I asked your question. I answered your question. Let me
and
ask you
you
a
did a
question.
bad job of answering my question.
Okay,
But
cool.
go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. Because of non-participation by niggas, A seat had to be filled in Congress. Do you think that's the way the Somalis got their representative there?
Basically, probably so. But this corporation haven't been putting
So
niggas.
you just proved that non-participation gives other people opportunity to take advantage of the system.
Basically, the foreigners that's coming over here, they're getting benefits that Americans should be getting.
Because you're not participating.
But this corporation isn't allowing American Aboriginals to get in those positions. They're not allowing
one at a time. When you ask the question, allow them to finish, please.
They are not allowing Aboriginals or niggas to get in that position to help benefit niggas.
Oh, and they allowed the Somalis.
Yes, that's what they're allowing.
They're allowing
foreigners to come over here and control America. Yes.
Who allowed the Somalis to do it?
The corporation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Who runs this corporation, this nefarious corporation? Who runs it?
I would say Congress and the Senate and basically the politicians.
The Congress and the Senate are made of representatives from the states who are elected by the people in local elections. You know, the midterms are coming up.
Who do you say run the government?
The people of the United States. If they do not participate, they are still participating by acquiescing to what other people vote for or whatever representative other people put up. So if you don't go down there and put your representative up, somebody goes down there and do like the Somalis, and then they buck for benefits for the Somali community. These people got away with $9 million.
We've been participating.
These people got away with $9 million
and they still haven't been given any benefits to the people
you didn't want to put a representative in office.
That's that 14%.
They wanted one in there.
They talk about black people have been.
The tangibles that you want, they got schools, they got businesses,
you got it, man.
They got money, they got grants, they got government loans. Those are the tangibles that you're speaking of. They got them because they put their representative in place to get them. And you want people not to participate?
To get it by
You're
voting
telling people
for
to
them.
give away
and they act like they representing you, and they don't. Which I brought up an article showing that we vote them in, people vote them in, and they do nothing for us year after year, after 4 years, after 8 years.
They weren't doing nothing for us before they got voted in. So why would you vote them in?
For the people
Those are not your representatives.
So you're showing basically why we shouldn't be participating. But you're through your indoctrination.
This is our government started by us before Europeans showed up. I showed that
the Europeans just showed up and took it over. So you still want us to
The only way they took it over is because of your non-participation.
That's not benefiting us.
It's due to your lack of participation.
You want us to continue.
I don't want us to continue doing anything.
And these Europeans,
I want us to start participating.
That look like
that is not participating. Going down there eating fish nuggets and hush puppies and giving away your vote without
I showed in one of my
putting up your representative. That's not participating.
Representing 14% or 15%
of about your money going out of the country.
Have been going to the polls, and we haven't getting any tangibles for going to the polls.
Man,
sir.
You want
I
some
showed
free
that
shit.
percentage. Super want us to
you want something for free.
In
a citizen has a responsibility to participate. And any outcome comes out of your non-participation is due to your non-participation. Your lack of interest.
Most Americans are frustrated with the government. Most black Americans
they're frustrated with themselves.
Been frustrated with the government. That's why we
ain't nobody gonna do nothing for you.
President after president,
tell them to do.
We give them our vote, and we get nothing.
How do they know what you want?
Super wants us to continue that trend.
That same crybaby, regurgitated shit that you always regurgitate. Go talk to your
the same thing you
congressman
did.
about
You
it. Go
regurgitated
talk
their
to
history, the European history
your
of America.
representative about
Like
it.
I asked you before, are the founding fathers of America, are you
Man,
backing the
won't
founding
you
fathers of America? That's my question to you.
organize
Are
a
you
group
backing the founding fathers of America? I'm muting
and
up. That's
go
my question.
down
That's
and
my
get
last
your
question.
representative to
Are
represent
you
your interests?
representing the founding fathers of America? Are they your founding fathers?
Bro, I knew you weren't gonna get up here but do nothing but regurgitate the same shit you always do. It's cool.
Are you
But
going to
you
answer
can't
my
answer
question
these
about the founding
questions.
fathers?
Or you didn't even answer my question.
Okay, then round over, back. Next.
Ducking. Duck that taco.
And you're a loser. You're a loser. 70% to 30%.
Everybody vote for Philly. He needs
Much love to the
vote
motherfucking chat. Power to the people. If nobody told y'all they love y'all today, OG and his motherfucking people love you, man. We're going to take our shit back. We're going to take our shit back.
How you going to take it back and you don't participate?
That's time, brothers. Y'all mute up for me so we can call out these votes. Shout out to y'all too, by the way, man. Fire debate. Appreciate y'all for coming through, putting on a fire show for the people. Came here to listen to you two good brothers. Really come rock the house out. And we're going to read off the official vote. Let me drop this in the chat. Let me go to the live chat real quick. An official poll said within 14 minutes of time, you got 67% votes cast. Big Dog Philly OG.
Power to the motherfucking people.
33% cast for Superman out of 78 cast votes. Shout out to Superman. Shout out to Big Dog. Congratulations on your win, Big Dog. I do appreciate you. Just like everybody in the building that came through to rock the house out. You want to say something before we get out of here, family?
Man, power to the people. And let's take our power back, like I said, man. Get away from this corporation, man.
Y'all should have gave all y'all votes to Philly.
Y'all.
I didn't want any.
Thank y'all. Power to the motherfucking people.
You know deep down in your heart, Philly, what I did to you.
Damn. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Hey, hopefully y'all enjoyed this one. See y'all on the other side. It's your brother Aboriginal Power. You already know the vibe.
Hey, I appreciate you back. Much love, brother. Anytime. OTK, you next, nigga. You next, OTK.
Bap, appreciate it, Bap. I did it.
You already know, man. I appreciate you coming through, putting on, bro. Peace to the chat, man. Y'all let me know how y'all think in the comment section. Hit that like button. Support the channel, man. Only the real support the real, man. Shout out to everybody.
I'm on the block with the snakes and the rats and the cops, so I gotta hide it. Drill on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of the yoke, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Went on the ladder and came at Staggy. All of these VVs, now they blind. I know my persona, really enticing. Bought on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like it's lightning. Back to that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I know the feds, they wanna indict it. Gun on my leg, I come invited. Run over drip, them boys are biting. She love with me, got her excited. She like the nigga, no stones on my eyes. And I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I'm on the block with the snakes and the rats and the cops, so I gotta hide it. Roll on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Went on the ladder and came back striking. All these VVs, now they blind. No more persona, really enticing. Bought on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like I'm lightning. Best of that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for that money like Midas. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. They be the finest.